This is Joe in Vegas.
Hi.
Hey, Joe, Tracie and Eric. And,
Hi, nice to speak with you finally, Tracie.
okay, before you start, can I ask you something? The screeners have put you down as religion has some good points, why not use them? And I would say I'm fine with that. In fact, I have quoted scripture before as a positive. There are certainly positive quotes and aspects to certain things in there. I mean, so I think I'm on board with you. I don't think I'm arguing with you here. I would say that there are some things in there that are nice, like love each other, and so there's some really good passages on love and on the idea of treating people as though you have, like they're your family, right? Like, who's my brother? Am I my brother's keeper? Well, who's your brother? And Jesus was like, everybody. And I don't think that that's a bad idea, right?
Right, I don't either. But it seems like a lot of times when atheists, address, the issue of religion, they fail to put it in its proper context of maybe literature and
Is it the atheists that do that, or are they responding to theistic claims? I mean, let's be fair, right? I mean, when a theist comes...
I don't know. I mean, I've been an atheist for a while, and I've heard a lot of folks just get bitter and frustrated and kind of condescending. And I think that we need to remember that a lot of people out there are not able to kind of grasp, anything beyond the idea of a patriarchal, old white guy with a beard sitting on a cloud as being, what caused everything to come into being. And we should probably be a little more gentle with these people at times and kind of remember, that not everybody is in the same spot or has the same capacities. You know what I mean?
No, I think it's fair to tailor your message to the person that you're talking to. I think that's totally fair.
Right. And I subscribe to the different strokes.
The reason
for me, I didn't start questioning until I heard something super offensive, and then I wanted to look it up. That didn't get better. There's kind of a spot for everybody. And there's also a mindfulness of, there are a lot of atheists who do, when they step away from religion, they realize that they've been indoctrinated and in this place. And there's this idea of the angry atheist. But, I was furious when I found out that I've been getting lied to my whole life. And in my experience, I see that wither away a bit, and you settle in, and that anger kind of goes away as you start to realize that you can still be a good person. You start filling those gaps in,
Right, and I also realize that there's a direct correlation between the level of piety someone aspired to and their level of bitterness, having learned that they'd been had.
Sure, the more you invest in it, the tougher it is to figure that out.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially for, the forms of, we'll use Christianity as an example, especially the forms that are, what you would consider to be less mainstream, more literal, and I just think that some of that stuff out there is even offensive to people that you would be called quote unquote mainstream Christians. But I think we would all do well to kind of just, remember that these are stories, and some of it, even qualifies as great literature without even having to invest anything into belief. Even if you look at it as a fairy tale,
I think that's up to taste. I've read the Bible.
Well, true. Yeah, true.
It is a boring, dry...
Yeah, I think it has cultural and historic significance. Right? It tells us about, in an altered way, like the times and the people who were writing the ideas. It gives us an idea of what was important to them and what, and sometimes it's pretty horrific and sometimes it can be inspiring. But I think that, when I think about people who are hammering the morality of the Bible, honestly, that only comes up for me when someone comes to me to tell me about how moral their God is and how moral and wonderful their religion is, and then I start asking them about what's in their Bible.
Yeah.
It's not that I look at it and say, oh my gosh, every word is toxic and dripping with poison. It's that this person is coming to me telling me every word is moral and wonderful and everyone should follow this. Yeah, and then I look at it and then I have to point out.
The problem with those types of people are, if you took religion away, they would find something else to.
I don't make that assumption, right? I don't make that assumption because I was one of those people. Okay, and I'm not. I didn't find something else. What I found was I don't need religion to tell me what to do, and I don't need anybody to tell me what to do.
Well, Tracie, I have a hard time putting you in the same category as Jimmy Swaggart or Joel Osteen.
I went to the Church of Christ, which is Matt had a debate with some members of the Church of Christ, and I kind of talked to him a little bit about it before he went down there, and his reaction when he came back was kind of like, these people are messed up far more than what you described. Like, it was not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
They are
well, you traveled
literalists.
a long way then, and good for you and good for us that you have. I mean, I enjoy,
But I'm just saying, I don't assume what a person can and can't aspire to once they are free. It's almost like you have a person in chains, and I have no idea what will happen when we break those chains. Right? I don't know what will happen. I just know I don't think it's fair for them to be chained.
Right.
And they have as much right as I do to be free and to pursue their life.
Yeah, of course. But I just wanted to touch on a couple other things. You made 2 points earlier. One was about Joseph Campbell. It was Bill Moyers.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it was the face of masks or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the
hero mask or something. Heroes.
PBS.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
And then you were talking about how the brain works to kind of drive you before you're even aware of it. And as a neurology student, I watched actual videos of experiments where they would actually remove a piece of the skull.
Fun.
And they, it's on YouTube. If you look it up on there, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. The guy can watch chemicals move around in the brain and basically was able to predict what a person's responses were or what they were going to say or what they were going to need.
Yeah, we're getting really good at reading brains. I mean, we have now devices that can translate brainwaves into music or images, right? You show people images and then you ask them to remember the image and the machine can recreate the image in a kind of rudimentary way from their memory of what they saw. Amazing stuff.
I think even one of these people managed to create an out-of-body experience by manipulating.
Yeah, I remember that one,
chemistry.
reading about that one too.
Was that the God helmet?
That one. So, it kind of makes you wonder if we're heading toward.
I think it might have been. Yeah, he's just saying if that was
you kind of wonder where, you were talking about ethics before.
Yeah.
How long is it going to be before we are cyborgs, until there's interface and devices and genetic engineering and kind of,
I watched an interesting show. I don't want to drag this out too much longer, but I watched an interesting show basically saying that's going to be the next phase of human evolution is the human-machine integration. That's where it's going.
Yes.
It's an interesting thought. I'm ready for my cyborg body.
Right? Sign me up.
I think all of us are that anticipates going to sleep forever if we can get a little more time in to do some things we wanted to do and maybe even do them a little better,
There you go. All right, Joe.
We all hope for that, right? Thank you for taking the call.
Sure, and thank you. I appreciate your call.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.